All right, hello and welcome to another, I guess, really a sort of a special episode of Dominions 5 here. I have special guest with me, Arpatheus, my disciples buddy for Sceleria and Yis. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So I think we're going to go ahead and try and we're just going to jump into the current turn and look at our position and sort of discuss, where we're at, what we thought from our expectations, how the map has sort of played out, etc. And I know we're a little bit past a year, which was our original sort of plan, but scheduling is difficult, and there were holidays, etc. So to sort of get started, right, we're in the middle of this war with Agartha, and for everybody, this is our live turn, so we don't have any foreknowledge of how it's going to go here. But we're in the middle of a war with Agartha, Satis, and Rillier. And I guess technically we're probably at war with Nazca, but we don't share any kind of a border, so it's not much of a war. In terms of other conflicts, I believe Pan Van is attacking Jotun Pythium. And given that Van's here and Pythium's cap's here, that looks like it's going pretty badly for Pythium. I believe that Marignon and Calum are theoretically looking to attack Rillier and Nazca, but we haven't seen... I don't know if we've seen any actual movement from them yet. And that's sort of the position. So let's go ahead and start. When we look at the map, right, do we think it's only turn 18. Do we think what we said about the map and it's sort of advantaging the water nations is going to sort of hold out or has held out so far?
I think the general idea we had about having the whole water in this being very strong is probably the case, especially where Marignon has spawned right next to me.
Yep.
They would be very vulnerable. That whole island. Pan is also there, I think,
Yes,
to the
they're
left of that throne,
somewhere around here.
just below that, next to that throne there, just up.
Oh,
Yep,
here.
that one.
Yes.
I
Sorry,
can't see
I thought
the
you said
province
below.
number. Yeah. So they're there, which we didn't think could happen. I don't think we didn't think
Yeah.
two nations would spawn on that island,
I didn't think there was quite enough room.
especially with three thrones as well.
Yeah.
So that was quite surprising. Um, uh, yeah, so I think us picking an underwater nation was the correct choice.
Yeah.
Whether we can win the water is another matter entirely. But
It's
yeah,
yeah, that's the first
um,
step.
I'd just like to cover a couple of the diplomacy points you made,
Yeah.
because I had a little chat with uh, Jotunheim earlier.
Okay.
I think they, if you go back up to them, they where that army is, they took that province this turn.
I think they did,
Um,
yep.
yeah, they told me that they obviously having a difficult time fighting. We don't know what the bless of the elves is. I don't think, and Pan.
No, I don't
Um,
think so. But it can only
so
be it's gotta be somewhat rainbowy, right? I mean they're both
it's got to be
something bad.
disgusting and horrible
Yeah.
and definitely evil.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they also told me that I think they bumped with the Nazca and the Relay Pretenders, both within the first 6 turns. Um, so so they had a hard time expanding, but they seemed fairly confident, and they told me they were going to get their Scrati um, out soon, and they thought that was going to be a big help.
Friday are pretty great.
Yeah, and we've got the arena coming up next turn, and they're giving me a
Yes.
few gems to not send anyone to the arena, and presumably because they think they can win it.
I
And
think
then
we have better arena on, right? Or is that not on for this one? I don't
I
remember
don't
where the
I don't
mod
think so, but we
is.
might.
Maybe
I'm
it's a
not sure.
different one. There's so many. All the games use different
If you
mods.
press,
Is it
if you get the
options?
main menu, if you go
Yeah,
games, oh, there you
I
go.
think I found it. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
no better arena. That's I don't. The arena rewards are not that good. The
No,
regular,
I wasn't too sure whether I was going to send anyone. And getting paid 5 gems to not go.
hugely valuable.
Yeah. So and he seemed happy, so we're both happy.
Yeah, they want to be happy with it.
He's giving me nature, and I don't have any nature income yet, but 5 gems should hopefully get me something.
Start. I've got
Which would be
9. We've got 15 or 14 put together.
well, nothing can stop us now. Calum. I haven't spoken to Calum. They had a horror event. You can see that Indie Province, uh, uh,
Yes.
which happened on. They told me one of the early turn 2 maybe or something, and that's in their cap circle. So that hurt them. So yeah, but Marignan I think has bought a lot of mercs. They're moving over to Nazca, and I'm pretty sure they're going to attack them.
Yes, they definitely need to use the mercs up too. They don't want to pay for them again, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I think they're going to attack Nazca, which would be great because, especially if it can draw some relay forces over there as well.
Yes.
But 2 people attacking Nazca, especially this early, they should be in a good position, I would think.
It should definitely help put some pressure on Nazca. I mean, I think last time we sort of lost all of our scouting over in Nazca, but they had, I think they already had, 2 or 3 forts up last time I looked.
They definitely had at least 3, I think.
Like 3, yeah. They were...
Including their cap, though, but yeah.
Okay.
Well,
they were
extra forts are something I've not quite been able to manage so far, although I did try.
That's right. It got taken away.
As soon as I started it, the war began, which I had to try somewhere.
Yeah, you have to try. So I lost a fort here, but I've got another fort going up here, and I think and here should both be.
You're going to make up for the both of us.
Yes, I think I'm up to like 100 long dead a turn. We got to keep pumping those numbers up.
Those are rookie numbers.
Exactly. I think we were just to finish on the map. We were a little surprised. On the one hand, we're actually not that many apart if you go through this water, but there's a lot of land between us. When we open it, we're like, it's kind of far.
I can sail, so it's probably. I think it's only three turns for me, but it's quite a long way for you.
Yes. Yeah, it's a bit longer. But so we're still interested in. We gotta win. Gotta take the underwater war. I trust that everybody watching this has diligently watched the previous one and saw the great victory over Rillier.
Oh, I was so nervous for that. I think if they moved on my cap that turn,
could have been
nearly game over for me because they had that second army. But I thought they wouldn't want to attack the larger PD there, so I just moved everything on that other province. The fight went basically exactly how I wanted it to.
As strong, yeah.
Yeah, so
gotta take some risks.
So it was good. I think that puts us on about even, though, because they've had a lot more production than me.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, really hoping the Kraken comes out soon.
Yes, that's right. We're on turn 18, no Kraken. We're up to what, like 20% a turn, like that.
I think so. Yeah, I had a look at the exact way the spawn works for the disciple, and I think it's going to come out a little bit later than we originally planned. But
yes,
it should be okay.
The minions mechanics can be tough. I was like, oh yeah, I know how my apostasy spell is going to work against this stack, and I was wrong. It's very wrong.
Although it was hilarious. So
it was hilarious. Just the first guy to get sniped.
It will. I think it will always target an oracle because it'll go for the person with the most hit points.
Yes.
I think so. Right. We can hopefully see that happen again.
Yes, and he just immediately just rocks right into the back of their mages.
It was one of the funniest things.
It was one of those where when I first popped it up, I was looking at like the rest of the fight, and then I looked later. I'm like, how did they all die?
Yeah, I was watching the Long Dead connect the Shard Guard, and then I looked over and I had to restart that battle about 3 or 4 times to see everything that happened here.
Yep, me too. And then I went through and I was counting up because I think we had, in addition to that one, I think we had 4 or 5 successful apostasies that went off.
Yeah, I saw at least 2 Shard Guard that weren't like immediately killed by their friends.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
cool when they get Blood Surge. I do enjoy.
Yeah, it's funny they switch blesses.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah,
so yeah, we've taken. I still think that fight, even though you lost, was good.
yes,
I think,
agreed.
especially with Satis being quite passive. I think I don't know if they're putting a fort up on that where they've got that big army. They've probably got a temple there. Um, Seems quite close to their cap though. I don't. Is that in
It
their cap circle? Or are they
uh
one below that? And that hills
yeah,
there?
it is in their
Yeah.
cap circle. But now I don't know how much production they really need in their capital.
I think they're Sobek warriors, which are really
Yeah,
good troop. They haven't made any.
yeah, the
They
Sobek
take
warriors.
they take a
Yeah,
lot.
there are a lot of resources. It's true.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, I would say Satis's armies thus far have felt a little disrespectful. They're
No mages.
no
Yeah,
mages. I mean, these are the elite warriors now, but the first round was just the slate, like the ones that didn't even have armor.
yeah. I think that must have been like their expansion parties.
I
Just
guess so. It's a big expansion
yeah.
party.
Well,
Um,
maybe there was two with the
yeah, they
combined or
probably
something.
combined
But
it or something. But
yeah, they're not really doing much. They don't seem like they really want to fight. I don't know because Agartha attacked, and then
yes,
I immediately attacked that province with a load of knights, which they couldn't have seen. Um,
right.
so I don't know if that spooked them a bit. They also have their dominion in a couple of my provinces,
Yes, they do.
um, so they can see that I've got 20 PD there. Um,
Hmm.
so maybe that's spooking them a bit, and they don't want to go and fight that when I
You
go
could
to have
always
knights
dodge
anywhere.
it though, because they've got swimming, right? Like they could just go here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that might be what they're going to do. Maybe they're
Yeah,
just not that interested in attacking me though, because I think they started this war because they want to get rid of Sceleria. I think really.
hey, yeah,
Um,
that's fair. I've felt so. This is the first time I've played Slayer, and obviously I lost this fight, but it's felt immensely powerful. I was like, yeah, I've got an army. I'm gonna go fight Tis. I can fight Agartha. I've got a third army. I've just I've got all this stuff. I'm busy. I'm expanding still. Um, in the middle
yeah, I've been very
of
jealous.
doing this.
I've been hoarding and like miserly trying to keep all my knights alive, and then uh,
Yes.
the expansion. I think I managed to do. My main focus was low attrition because I knew I
Yep.
was
Yep.
almost certainly going to have to fight relay, and I think I did an okay job at that. I lost like one here and there, and then
Yeah.
um, the first fight I had with relay where we bumped in that province to the left of their fort on the land. If you go down to relay's cap, they have a fort next to it. That province there.
Yeah.
We bumped
That was
there,
tough.
and I sent my knights there, and I knew it was a bad idea, but I also just wanted to do it, and I was like, should I have done that? Should I not all day? And then we bumped, and everything died. Um,
It's yeah. It's tough when the opponent has the bump advantage.
mm,
For sure.
yeah,
Um,
but I think that might have made him maybe a
overconfident.
little overconfident.
Yeah.
Because he started that fort up in the water just after, and he started moving his two armies again. No mages,
Yeah. I
so
I would say again, like Satis, the two armies feel somewhat disrespectful. I mean, there's
I
a
think the
lot.
mind blasters are
They're
more respectful
good,
than the yeah
but they are counterable, as we saw. Right? If you can get a bunch of chaff or a PD dump that is going to draw those mind blasts, even just a little bit, right? So we get the bless off, makes a
yeah.
huge difference.
Oh, I've also got because I'm yes, obviously quite a few of my champions are now in the Hall of Fame,
Oh,
um,
sure.
and a couple of them have got the buff that gives them extra magic resistance. So they should be pretty immune to the mind blast, and so they can always bless
They
the
can
other
all bless. Yeah,
knights.
you've got a bunch
And
of them.
then yeah, yeah, and
It's
I also
funny.
got one of my national heroes. I think it's the Worthy Heroes one that it adds. And she's currently in the province just to the south of your cap. Um, the land province in the hills. That one, yeah, she's there. You can't see her because she's
No, I
glamored.
can't.
But she Dominion spawns Swan Knights on land.
Okay.
So, and she has magic resistance 20,
Oh,
I think.
nice.
So she will also be very useful.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely wow. Yeah, you're definitely low Dominion. Did I get
I yeah. How
that?
many have I got? Two can. Yeah. If this was a real
You're gonna
like
get
free
Dom
for
killed.
all, I would be terrified of being dom killed. I don't think. I
You
don't
can't
actually
be.
know.
I
I
don't
don't.
think.
Well, I don't think so. But
Because you started
that
with
would.
none, right? Or no, you started with no
No.
scales.
No. I start with one or two.
Okay. I
Um,
don't. That would be really bad.
I don't. It doesn't. It wouldn't make sense, especially as
No,
you're
I'm
the.
the
But
god.
yeah, yeah. So, but all the more reason to get that Kraken out because
Yes.
our
You
luck
must.
scales aren't being spread.
Yeah. It was here
I'm
before, clearly, right? We've got. I mean, these have 3 luck for our scales.
luckily Marignon and Calum have got luck 3
Oh.
as well, so it's not too bad.
Okay. Okay. We're borrowing. We're just borrowing some of their scales.
Yeah,
Um.
I'm just I'm a polytheistic people in Gist.
Accepting.
Yeah, I like your one. I like the Marignon gods. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's tough in the water too, right? Because you'll lose your dominion, sort of. Like it'll try and spread all over the place because you have lots of borders onto these various land provinces, and it sort of leaks out, and then it's gonna
Yeah,
end up by
that
the
is one
sea.
thing that I probably didn't appreciate enough. I've only ever played on Mapneep before, where you obviously have
Yes.
like a more of a square um, set of water provinces where you spawn, and so it's easier to control your dominion. Um,
Yes.
so I probably should have thought about this more. But I've really struggled for gold all game.
No.
Um,
Yeah. I'm hoping we can turn this around a little bit, and I can finish getting up these last couple of forts, and then maybe I can bankroll you some. Um, hopefully, I'm looking to take another. Take this province. Take this province. I think depending on what Raye does, right, I'm going to take this land province back. He can't fight me on land. I don't think I can win right now very well in
well,
water.
it
But
depends. If
we
you're using your Roman troops, I think you'll crush him. If you're just using Long Dead, he'll just mind
the
blast the
long
guys.
will yes, but I have ghouls too.
Ah,
And
true,
the ghouls
true.
can win. Now my ghouls right now are moving somewhere else. I don't remember where they are. They're not over here, but I can make ghouls. I did find out unfortunately. While I remember correctly, the ghouls are not mindless. They are not amphibious. So the ghouls
Uh,
are not going in the pool.
yeah. Okay. It's just like a no ghoul sign on the swimming pool.
That's right. I
It's
mean,
what I
I
imagine.
think if they were real, you'd want that sign in a lot of places. Swimming pool just being one of them. Um, but so I think I can definitely keep him off of land, and I can raid into the water. But I'm gonna have a hard time putting enough commanders together
I
before
think
some construction
uh,
items.
ideally my troops can fight the relay troops, and then if we can use yours as sort of siege chaff, because I'm going to really struggle
Yes,
sieging down any forts. But we might be a little way off that.
yes.
Um,
There's a little
they
bit more
currently
work
have
to
a
do.
lot of stuff coming towards me, and uh, they have 3 armies, and I have sort of 1.5. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah, but a lot of these are trash. Like they're not sending the meteorite guard. Luckily,
well, I
I
don't. Yeah, so
and
I
we don't
don't
think they have
think
the scales for it.
they have production.
Yeah,
Yeah, they went with an awake pretender, and so they don't have the best scales.
yeah,
They just have a lot of so they have a lot of gold because they're very big, um,
yes.
but they don't have the best scales.
Well,
Um,
hopefully we can get if we can get some of our allies to get involved, right? We can chip into that gold lead and divert their armies,
yes, yes, that would be great.
and just give us
Because
a little bit more time.
Kalim also borders Relay there, so
Yep.
um, yeah, that province I've taken there, just the Sea province, has got really good indies
Okay.
for fighting Relay. It's Triton. It's like the I think it's the Amber Clan or something.
Okay, yeah, they're good ones.
They have 12 MR, and it's also I was building a fort there, and it has water twos that
Yes.
you can recruit, which would be very good.
Those are water elementals.
Yes, and I'm gonna get Conjuration 3 in the next few turns.
Okay, my research is garbage. Because I've moved these mages to go and fight.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think that's okay, your Sceleria though, because you
yeah,
get your national spells and
yes. I did
so
get a second lab up here, so this fort is now gonna be. These two forts are, excuse me, gonna be pumping out mages. This one's still cultists for now, and then I'll have two more cultist farms, and then sort of as I get gold, look to eventually upgrade those once we have enough long dead reanimation.
I think you
So.
just build forts everywhere. I think you
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and build
with temples,
as many as I can without. I just don't want to fall too far behind on research, right? Like if they'd shown up with like Earth Elemental, like big Earth Elementals or something, I don't know if
they
could
could
get
they could get fire elementals. That would be quite bad.
that would be bad for me. Yeah.
Uh,
I don't remember exactly what all of Gartha's magic paths are. I know
It
they have tons of Earth.
It has Fire 1, I think.
Yeah, Fire 1's tough to get up to. Yeah, Fire 1. You can make big fire elementals with that, but it's expensive.
Yeah, well, even little ones against the Long Dead would be quite good.
That's true. So. They chop through it pretty bad. That's fair.
But you just need to get more Long Dead. That's the.
That's all. That's Sceleria.
You have a hammer, and every nail is the peg.
That's yes. Well, I'm Rome. This is Rome against Hannibal. Right? You're gonna kill my whole legion. I'm just gonna send another one. I'm gonna lose.
That's weird that you say that. I watched a documentary about Hannibal about 2 days ago.
Oh, funny.
It's very strange.
I was playing Baratos in a game, so I was doing my Carthage research.
Oh yeah.
I'm now playing Baratos, and I've joined a second game as Baratos as well.
Oh, cool.
Which that one's got water problems, but that's a separate. That'll come up later. But so anyway, excuse me. I think that right now, our probably strategic hope, right, is pushing back Agartha, or at least for me, right, is pushing back Agartha. See if I can get back like what I originally had, and they've taken losses. If we can nap out with them, and like Satis already almost looks like they want to, right? They're sort of sitting still, or even get them to go fight. Nazca's right next to Agartha, and Royer's got this stuff next to Satis. If we could get that to happen, I think we'd be in a tremendous position.
Yeah, I think that's something we could talk about. What do you think? Do you think we should ask them that soon? Because we don't want to fight them, like you said. I don't think. You want time to set up. I'm in a sort of semi-permanent state of crisis.
Well, you're underwater. It's a knife fight until all the underwater people. Yeah, until it can only be one.
Exactly. So, we killed I killed a Satis army the previous turn, which I think had about, I don't know, maybe 1,000 gold's worth of stuff. You killed
2,000 gold of Agarthan stuff.
Yeah, including like a lot of those were sacreds.
Yep.
So do you think we should ask them now?
I mean, all we need is original borders, right? I mean,
we could say, we could ask them, and we could say, if you want in the next couple of turns, if you change, like if you still want to keep fighting, that's fine. But if you ever don't, don't feel like you can't just talk to us.
Yeah, that's fair. Because so right now, Agartha's up 3 provinces or 4 provinces on me. They've taken these 4. I don't remember if we had this or not. Or Satis was already here.
I think Satis was there.
So I mean, they're up a little bit, but not a lot. And I don't think that they have real expectations of being able to hold this. Now, as I would have to start attacking them, right? That's going to stretch my supply lines. And the gladiators, while they're good at winning a fight, they obviously leave after 1. So it's hard to do like a full offensive on the back of those one and done troops.
Yeah.
So
I think you could maybe let Agartha have that farmland because it's kind
It's
of
not a
in
great
between.
farmland, yeah. They could maybe
It's
have
kind of
that.
in between where Satis and Agartha are as well. And then if you got the province, you have the battle on maybe that forest above it that they have. Uh,
These back.
with peace out, they gained a little bit. They killed some of your stuff.
Yes.
Because I think we could also say, um, we are pretty sure one of the teams is going to attack Nazca.
Yes.
And they are, at least as scary as Sceleria, but
At
have also
least.
expanded. Yeah, have also expanded really well. I've got a bigger underwater partner.
Yep.
Um, are getting attacked by another team already, but haven't before that, so they've had a long time to build up.
They're
Maybe you guys, maybe these could become our allies. This team, and
yes.
we could all benefit. Um,
I think there's definitely
you
some
know that
mutually beneficial stuff available here. And the Nazca player, I think you said signed or showed as they're an advanced player in another channel. So we
Yeah,
definitely
I
got to
think
get that
so.
out.
So I don't know. I don't know if I would tell the
We
other
can
players that. I
sure.
think some people that would
Might scare them
make
off.
them want to fight them more, and some people I think would be like, well, I don't want to be the one to ever have to fight them. So
Sure, that's fair. Yeah, I
um,
can leave that aside.
mhm.
Yeah, clearly I don't know if I should be in charge of the diplomacy. I seem to get coalitioned a lot. Doesn't
Well,
I
you
could
have been
use a bit of
playing Hidom and Sceleria though, so
well, that's
it's
true. You
partly self-inflicted, I think.
that's true. Even the game I subbed into as Niflheim, although that one was 100% self-inflicted because I was attacking somebody and then I got attacked also.
Yeah,
Um,
and again, you were Niflheim, so
wow,
you're
I
just
was it was like turn 40 and I had like 12 provinces because I
all I
subbed
will
it.
say is that I played a full game as Vanarus, and I never once got coalition. So
That's fair. That's fair. Um, okay. So yeah, I can reach out to Agartha and say, hey, if you want to keep fighting, we can, but the door's open for peace talks. We all love to get Rillier and Nazca out of here. Just give a little more time for us to develop. I mean, there's still look at how many indie. It's turn 18, and this is my fault, right? This is like right near my capital, but there's still a lot of indie flags.
yeah, well, I think Calum would normally have had those provinces.
Yes, I think so.
They're in 38. So, but they had that horror attack. So
Right, definitely slowed
it
them
looks
down a
like
bit.
it looks. I think that really hurt them.
Yeah, I think I practiced expansion on Sceleria, but I definitely think that I could have done a better job of expanding. We
Yeah,
had some issues.
I had a lot worse time expanding than my practice tests because even though we took Magic 2, I got no points in alteration at all,
Yep,
which is the thing that really obviously gives me quick and self. So
yep,
that was a big hurt.
yes. No, that's definitely could have been. We could have had slightly. There's room for improvement, but ultimately it wasn't terrible. We're not like a failed state or anything. Um, so I think we'll try and push for peace, as gently with regards to Tis. Obviously, there can be no peace with the squids. We just need to get as many people attacking them as possible.
Yep, which we might be making some progress on that.
Yeah, we're the wheels of the world are moving in an anti-squid direction.
I think the Jotun Pythium team also expressed some interest in wanting to fight Nazca, and I had a
Yes.
quick talk with Vanheim, um, which they said they would have if they were nearby, and then I told them they could sail, and then I never heard back from them. So that, but they have like an understanding that Nazca needs to be attacked in a broad sense. So
Sure, sure.
if that war ends quickly, maybe they can one of those teams can help us.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to think if there's anything Anything else to really go? I would say positionally right from the benchmarks that I had set. I know I'm a little bit behind on forts compared to where I wanted to be. I'm a little bit behind on research, but that's just the way the real game goes, right? You get people attack you.
Yeah, yeah. I think I think us going imprisoned. How do you feel about our decision to go imprisoned?
So I'm on land. I don't. It doesn't bother me because getting that extra guy, even if we went dormant, right? He's still there's only a chance he would wake up, and if my Demi-Lich woke up, he would just start researching because I don't have anything else for him to do, right? He can't move. I don't need a death. I mean, I don't think there's any spells in particular. Right? I don't have any research for him to cast, so I don't need him. But underwater is where I think the question is more pertinent.
Yeah,
Is
I think
did you need
I
the
think
Kraken sooner?
I think I don't know if going dormant would have made too much difference in expansion, because I couldn't have got him on land, and then he's not like the fastest map movement. I don't think, but he can't just go and expand straight after waking up. But I don't know. Maybe it would have made a difference in fighting relay, but I didn't really take many losses in the fight. So if he wakes up soon, I think it's okay. But 3 armies coming at me is quite worrying. I'm not because if they combine, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do without the god.
Right. I definitely need to try and defeat them in detail.
Yeah, I need to come up with a plan of what items I'm going to put on the Kraken as well.
Sure.
My my initial thought was I could just put four. What is it? Main Gauch of parrying.
Yes,
And
the mega
give him.
defense.
That could be funny. I
really
definitely want to put a lodestone amulet on him.
Yep.
Because and if I get an Earth 2, I really want to get a lead shield, and then his MR is I don't know what would it be 27 in his own dominion. So
very good.
And the Mind Blast will attack him a lot because of all of his health. So
giant.
That could be good.
Magnet.
Yeah, that would be. He could probably solo an entire army at that point, if he had like a couple of weapons.
Yeah. And so if he had any alteration to back him up, like.
Yeah, he could buff his protection. I've got Alt 2, I think, so he could cast Stone Skin.
Stone Skin.
And he could cast Personal Luck. Yeah. Which wouldn't be great.
He's Astral, Earth, Nature.
Yeah, I took Nature as well. Yeah, Nature 3. I think he's got.
Yeah.
I need enchantment for that.
Generation. That's the big one, I think.
Yeah, or put well.
He just
enchantment 2 gives you personal. Yeah. If I can get alteration 3 and 4, I can cast Body Ethereal and Luck on my knights with the druids, and they'll basically be unkillable because he doesn't have magic weapons apart from the Illithids because he doesn't have Meteorite Guard.
Right.
So even if they are mind blasted for a couple of turns,
they'll be able to fight.
They'll still probably survive.
Quickness too, right? If you need it.
Yeah, although my water mages probably want to be summoning elementals.
If you've got 4, I don't know how close you are to conjuration. Yeah, I mean it just depends on what you have access to. For conjuration, I don't know how good small water elementals are.
Underwater, they're still really good, especially against what he has. Sure. They can't be mind blasted.
True.
Because they're inanimate, I think.
That's right. Yep.
And they have 20% regen underwater, and do armor piercing attacks. And have, I think the small ones have 3 attacks. So they're pretty good. They're pretty good underwater, even the small ones.
Yeah, water elementals are disgusting underwater. I think
start playing that game soon.
Yeah, it's turn 8. I mean, it's turn 18, right? We haven't. The failure case that we're worried about with Imprisoned, right, is that we get we're dead on turn 15, and that hasn't happened.
Yeah, because I predicted where the relay army was going to go.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. But
That's,
I do want to stress that that was definitely a possibility. Um,
that's, it worked. It's not,
there's no problem.
yeah, it's no problem.
If it's in the
And if
past, it doesn't matter.
that's right. That's what Timon and Pumbaa, or Simba, somebody says that in The Lion King, and then Rafiki hits him with the stick.
We'll not do that part.
We just got to dodge the stick.
Yeah.
But if we, yeah, I mean, we're like, if we can make it just a little bit longer, right? We've got some nice scales, and I think that's gonna help
you
us.
have.
Well, you have.
I've got 2 candles, but
you've got production in your capital.
that is the key thing. I have enough production to make 4 knights / champions, and then some chaff. And my chaff's actually pretty good for fighting relay. The cheap militia, because they have MR11, which is means 50-50 chance for the slightly under 50-50 chance for the mind blasts, and they only cost 2 resources, so I can get a bunch of them out, and
Sure.
15 damage is still okay.
Yeah, I mean they just need to stand there, right? Like you could win a lot of fights with these guys killing 0 units. They just need to let the Morvarks and the champions do their jobs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Excuse me. I just gotta try and keep on gladiating. Nice 55 ball of Retaria. This is gonna be like 60 plus. We've got, I think Agartha could be in some trouble. We're gonna
do you want to talk a little bit about what your plans are for the next few turns?
Yes. So it's obviously the big, mainly depends on how negotiations potentially go with Agartha. So as it currently stands, I'm consolidating this army and then my cat forces on here. All of my mages, because they're also priests, are going to reanimate like 40 long dead.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to go ahead and put the dead right back where they belong, and then here we've got 33 gladiators.
Do you want to pick up those slingers?
I can't.
Oh,
I don't have enough leadership.
Oh.
And I don't want to move another guy.
You could put them on the priests, right? You
can, but this priest has already got. He's already fully.
Like the normal.
Yeah,
priest.
well, I could put it on this priest.
Oh, he's not moving. Okay.
But he's not moving. I'd like him to and I don't think these are going to do much to Agartha, right? The slingers are a satis.
Yeah, they are.
Satis thing. Here we've got another. We've got 53 long dead. Some extra gladiators coming. Those are going to move out. So we've got. I wanted to put a nice big ball here as well. I don't want anybody over here getting any ideas.
I doubt they will if they're fighting each other.
Yeah. Actually, I think this ball's mostly moving to take this throne.
Yeah, I think. Oh, we're really hoping for a few key thrones, right? I think I can't remember which one it is, but one of them gives +1 MR. Which would obviously be. Yeah, that would also be great for me.
That would be obviously great. It's the smallest amount of Dominion too. And then I think stability. I think is our number 1. I really want summer.
That would be great. What's the mages that give you? Is that
it's
a fire mage?
Fire nature. So these are fire elementals. This would be a great site searching. This would be an excellent mage for me. And a little bit of fire.
Yeah, that'd be good. The heat one would also be.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest. That's the biggest piece. I'd have to go check the calculation, but it's a not insubstantial amount of extra income.
I think it's. Well, you don't have even like Dominion over, but it's about nearly 4% extra income, I think.
Yeah.
Across the year.
Yes. Yeah. It depends on the time of year, but I think besides, luckily, some of the other so this throne right has to be a level 1 because it has no mages on it.
It's the worst. It's the worst throne defense I've ever seen.
It really.
Ilwinter did not put much effort into that at all.
No. So some of these other ones though, right, are already gone, and I don't think these are ones we even like. This would be nice, I guess, but we've got what is it? How many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's six things it could be, and we're happy with 2 of them. are like particularly happy with 2 of them. I mean, order's not bad either, actually. That's
Yeah,
income
yeah.
as well.
We would know that though because it increases order, and I don't think there was
true.
any.
Yeah, it depends how much. I think it's summer. Look at the heat. This was just death. I mean, I don't remember
that's
exactly
true.
how long ago my Dominion got here, right? But look at it's got all the magic, all the luck, all the growth.
True. We
But
can.
maybe
It could be the Throne of Heat then. That could be good. Does it? Does the throne? Does it increase heat? Did it say? Yeah. Oh well, that'd be good. Fire gem wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah, fire gem helps. Beasts, I don't think is going to help us much. I mean, two nature gems is nice, but animal awe, I don't think it's going to be.
No, I don't think there's any.
Be big. And autumn.
We don't have we don't have the monkeys in our game, do we?
Yeah, I don't even know if I would claim autumn. I don't want to increase death.
No, you have like a revulsion to death scale.
Well, I get that's
which is fair.
I want to grow.
Earth 2 would be nice though.
Yeah, double check what my. I have not really had a chance to make any of these grand thaumaturgs yet. Yeah, I don't have any Earth. Just because they're 4 recruitment points, they're a lot of gold. I'm trying to get the rest of my house in order. Just to be able to cast out as many apostasies. But yeah, so my overall plan, right, is to continue pushing with this army and this army into Agartha to try and force them into a peace where we get, at least most of what we originally had back. I'm going to try and take these pieces of land as well. I don't think I have any real, because my army's moving this way, I don't think I've got a great chance at these knights. But if we get a good piece out with Agartha soon, I could potentially snag this stuff as well.
Yeah,
so
it wouldn't be too bad if that goes to Calum, if they're going to fight Nazca as well.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's not a priority.
No. What about if that Sitis army moves? If
the Sitis army moves here, and we don't peace out with Agartha, then I have to decide.
Are you going to like hold that forest? Are you going to and then try and what you say?
Yeah, I think my next turn, my plan is to get this here. We're going to see if this Agartha army moves or not. I've got a scout here, and I haven't seen any additional troop movement from Agartha. So I think my plan would be to attack him here. If Calum goes, if we see the army move, and my guys are here, if I attack, like the problem for Calum, right? So he can go through the barbs, and then I would be here, and he would be here, and then I would probably just have to retreat, and then I would reinforce with more troops. And the Long Dead, I think, are going to trade, given that they're free, perfectly favorably with the Elite Warriors, right? The Elite Warriors are great at killing high-value things, but they have low protection, low defense. So I think the Long Dead are just going to trade really well into them. I think that the armies of Sitis just sort of run into a wall of Long Dead.
They can't repel your Long Dead either because their morale is 50 or something. So
yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it's 30. I think it's just perfect.
I think Long Dead are 50 because they.
It is 50. You're right. But yeah, so I mean they have 50, so they're not going anywhere. You're not repelling them. So that's why I don't think Sitis can fight Sceleria very well.
Well, if he brought Death Mages,
if he brought the Death Mages, he could. But until he does that,
Dust to Dust will go a long way.
Dust to Dust will go a long way.
But he's not. So
those mages. I don't have everybody's mages memorized.
Well, they get the was it Marsh Masters? Was it?
Marsh Masters, the big guy. Yeah, Death 2. Or I guess it's not their big guy. It's like plus 2. It's a nice 5-path mage or a 6-path mage.
Yeah, they're very good.
They are very good. He's got Shaman.
They also get Holy Threes as well, I think.
They do.
The Lizard King, yeah. They recruit anywhere, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of gold, though.
So they could be doing a lot more, which I don't. Yeah, they're not really committing much, which is good for us, I think.
Yes. This guy's got a lot of MR too. 18
Yeah.
hook. 15, 16. So I wouldn't have like an easy time apostasying these guys for the most part either. But the human troop, I mean, the human, like, you just gotta hit them then with as many of the human troops, right? Because even my human troops trade fairly well against these elite warriors. They don't have helmets, they don't have shields, and my slingers have cost nothing. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
I mean, Roman troops were famously good. They beat Hannibal, so
well, they
yeah.
did. I think the Carthage beat Hannibal for the most part. Oh. Well, they didn't. They didn't say, like they had.
That's yeah.
They had every opportunity, and they were busy not sending him reinforcements because they were like, just end the war. We want to get back to trading.
Yeah, I think it's the Phoenician sort of culture that defeated Hannibal.
Yeah, yeah.
Mercantile, yeah, yeah. Well, I feel like we're getting a
And the
little bit off topic
Numidians.
there. But we could do another episode on that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that's fair.
what research you planning on doing?
So we're moving. Still trying to move up Conjuration, and then we're going to move right to Horde of Skeletons.
Okay,
Once
that
we get
sounds.
Conjuration 3 for Power of the Spheres, Dark Knowledge are the main things I'm looking for. How about, and then obviously Enchantment gets us up to Horde of Skeleton, and then other Pale Riders is efficient. Twice boarding my important guys will be nice. So a lot of good stuff for me in Enchantment. I think we
Yeah,
talked. You were looking at Alteration and Conjuration.
yeah. Conjuration 3 is definitely my next priority.
Yep.
Conjuration 5 after that, but probably to Alteration 4. I want to get up Enchantment as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few buffs there for like the Kraken.
Sure.
I could get a couple more buffs on my Morphoc champions. If I can get to Enchantment 5 and we're still fighting Relay, I can cast Foul Vapors, and they don't really have, they can cast Poison Ward, but I don't know whether they would have that. It'd be quite unexpected. We have 15 poison resistance
Yes.
on our Bless. That could win me a fight, but that might be. I don't think I'm not sure I'll have that in time. But we
Pretty
can.
far down the list. I would not.
Yeah,
It seems
my
unlikely.
research is also very bad because I don't have any more thoughts, and that's a
Yeah.
that almost certainly won't happen. But
The way
I
to
can
get the
dream.
most research is to not die. Can't research when you're dead.
That's very true. That's very true.
But yeah, I mean, I think we're at talking now for almost 50 minutes. So I think we'll try and wrap it up here. Do you have any closing thoughts on our position and where we hope to be in the next 10 turns?
I hope to not be dead.
Nice, it's a good start.
And I do think that is a possibility. I won a fight. I've regained all the land I lost. But those 3 stacks, if they combine, if I take one bad fight, I'm pretty much out of it. But so I don't think I can have killed Relay in 10 turns.
No,
I would just like Relay to be in a much worse position. That is
right.
my
Our
aim.
allies will be taking out some of this.
Yeah, it doesn't even necessarily matter if I'm in if I have the same number of provinces, I think, and Relay is lost all their land stuff and Nazca's in a bad way, and, you're still alive and
Yes.
doing well, then I think that's kind of a success state for me. If I can get up a second fort, that'd be really good. But I'm not sure. I'm not
It's tough.
sure. Yeah, I'm reluctant to build one on land. But I think I might have to. But that's under threat from Tatis. There's nowhere safe for me. Because if I
maybe in
build,
this one,
one of my
Yimir, we
main
can go.
advantages is my mobility, and also the fact that no one can see where my knights are. Right. So if I start building a fort, that gives both of those advantages away. So
That's true. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully, I
but
mean, maybe if I can get this situation resolved, I can go like park an army here
yeah,
or
yeah.
something, and then
Then
you can
yeah,
build it, or
yeah.
maybe wherever it is you want. This obviously has the most population, so I think that'd
I
be
think yeah,
best
that would
suited. But
be where that would also help protect that bridge crossing.
yes, yes. Okay. I think for me, it's in an ideal turn 10. We've regained our territory from Agartha for the most part and napped out with them. I've finished filling in all these indies, captured this throne, maybe taken a look at some of these other thrones, get my research going, and get I've got right now I have 2 extra forts up, but I want to have 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8 and whatever, and just sort of go crazy with the whole Sceleria fort thing, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
just try and turtle down a little bit in research, and then look for the next play. Also,
Yeah.
not being dead.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, the long dead can be dead, but
The
your
long dead, yeah, yeah, they're allowed to be
leaders
dead.
have to survive.
Well, not the not
Uh,
my not the Mound King. They're also allowed to be dead, but
yes, yes, yeah.
the human
Um,
leaders,
yeah. Some of you may die, but that is a risk
yes,
I'm willing to take. I think a famous
sacrifice
person
I'm
said.
willing to make.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Lord
Yes.
Farquaad.
Um, Maybe you can build some forts on the coast, and
Yep,
then I can
borrow
you can
them.
give those provinces to me.
Yes,
Could be good.
that'd be helpful.
Yeah, I think this mainly is panning out a little bit how we planned, or like it was like
Yeah.
implied when we picked this team. In that
Yes.
Scaleria is kind of the big powerhouse of the team, and then Yis is this very dangerous killing nation, and that provides a completely different threat sort of vector to Scaleria.
Yep.
Like Scaleria is galley spam, battle enchantments, and Yis is very killy sacred troops.
Yep. Great rating.
Yeah, so I think I think even if I can't immediately win an underwater fight, um, me doing what I'm doing against Satis and things like that and helping out, I think is okay. I'm going to
Definitely
defend
doable.
my position,
No, I think
even
it's I
though
think it's going
even though
well.
it might not look that great when it comes to fort level
I'm gonna go
like
build a
numbers.
fort over here where nobody can find you. Um.
I would love to have troops to spare to get that province. It's really I keep moving the map over to it and then having to move it away because it's not good.
Tantalizing. Yeah. No, I mean
They're
right in the
quite hard
same
to
boat.
quite dangerous to be
The
fair.
Kalulu.
They can be. They're very fast, so you can't
They are
always get your
fast.
buffs off.
It's
And
true.
they hit quite hard, and they have quite a few hit points. So
Fair
I
enough.
can't just it's not as easy to just cheese it as
Sure.
some
It's just
people think.
walking like it's thugging
Yeah.
underwater is hard in general, but that's I can't go down that road. All right. Well, I think like I said, we're well past 50 minutes now. So thank you very much for joining me. Let's hope that we're still both alive, so we can do another one of these in 10, 12 turns, and have a very positive outlook at that point. I think
Yeah.
Dominions can be.
The optimism. That's our aim for 10 turns to constantly be more optimistic.
Yes, I think that Dominions players tend to be pessimists in general. There's a lot that can go wrong in this game.
Yeah, I think you just have to accept it.
Yes.
I'm trying to be. I think I'm generally optimistic about how we're doing. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to be realistic about the dangers.
Yes, I think I need to be more optimistic on how we're doing and less optimistic on how well my expansion parties are going to do. Well, they can totally take that. It's going to be fine. I'm sure there's only like 5 heavy cav. It's going to work out. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and we will see everybody in the next one.
Goodbye,
Resubmit this
viewers.
because I think I forgot.